The girth of his what?
You're like a father to me.
Hey! And go.
Hi there. Welcome to the kitchen. What's up, everyone? Adam from FWCI. This is Travel Man with Bob Mortimer and Richard Ayoade, and we're going to... Why can I not remember the name of this thing? Hamburg. I keep trying to say Berlin. Why do I keep saying Berlin? Is Hamburg in Berlin? They're both cities, though. That doesn't make any sense. Are they cities? I don't fucking know. But there are two things that I do know. First one, you can get a full-length version of this reaction at patreon.com/FWCI, as long as full-length versions of my Taskmaster reactions from Series 9 onwards. Dairy Girls, bunch of other stuff. Go check it out. And the other thing that I know is that the Beatles went to Hamburg. That's where they cut their teeth as live performers. They were underage, living in the Reaper barn. It was a wild time. I read in a book once that John Lennon and Stu Sutcliffe, who was one of the band members that no longer was with the Beatles, left, and he died very young. And I read this book. It was like a John Lennon biography, and they were telling a story that apparently they got in a fight when they were in Hamburg, and John Lennon punched him and he fell on the ground and cracked his head, and really that's what led to his death. But with that being said, that book also reckons that John Lennon wanted to build a spaceship. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But I've just finished watching Last One Laughing, UK, and I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but Bob Mortimer and Richard Ayoade had some serious fucking interactions on that. If you know, you know. Saw a man crouching behind a gravestone, mourning, no, just taking a shit. You heard it. But I know this is like a travel show. That's about it. And Richard Ayoade's involved, so it's going to be, you know, awkward and cringy and hilarious the whole way through, I'm sure. And there's a ton of seasons of this. What I was kind of surprised about is I guess they're in Europe. It's not that big of a deal to, like, travel to Hamburg if you live in the UK. I was just surprised that these are only 20-minute episodes when it's clear whoever's making them would be putting a ton of cash into it. But Europe, you guys live all on top of each other. People in Europe be like, I can drive half an hour and get through 3 different languages. What's wrong with driving for 3 days and not seeing anything? Huh? What's wrong with that? So let's see what happens when we go to Hamburg, or Berlin for that matter. We'll see where we end up with Richard Ayoade and Bob Mortimer.
Cultural blip, Richard Ayoade. I'm here to get your micro trips crisp.
Micro trips.
Joining me for a German gander is comedian Bob Mortimer.
To better times. This is chicken air freshener. I've run out of that.
Oh God, that sounds horrible.
Ringo
Yeah.
always had sausages.
And roll like...
Did he? I believe that. He was a fussy man.
1,000 square meters of continuous warehouse complex.
Wow.
The largest in the world. It's a UNESCO World
What a fucking warehouses.
But why have you brought me here?
Why do you insist on preempting that edit point?
I'm sorry.
3 rivers, 2 lakes and 26 outdoor swimming pools. It's massively maritime-y, which is maybe good. Famous for hosting the Beatles when they were a 5-piece.
Yes.
We hump up to this repurposed office block, now the 25 Hours Hotel, Hafen City.
Oh. Alright, interesting.
Prospective residents have the option to either scoop nautical-themed knick-knackery or hammer out an SOS.
Nautical-themed knick-knackery? Richard Ayoade, I enjoy hearing you talk.
And Papadom. Bloke I'm with just wants rice. Cheers.
Okay, so Bob put his lunch order on there?
To whom it may concern, I've been taken against my will. I've been working in the trenches of Fact Tent for up to 5 years, but this is a new low.
New low.
Alright, so it's just a fun little thing you do at a thing? Alright.
Ladder here so I can climb up, get nice and close to the ceiling, people.
Why? Oh, is that to hang stuff off?
Watch it from behind and just imagine.
Germany, why are you putting your TVs in the middle of the room?
Highest building in Hamburg, Bob, 110 metres high. Yeah.
Not the tallest building on earth, though. That would be the Burj Khalifa in Dubai.
I like rainbows.
Of course you do.
The arch of...
Oh, that's a crazy escalator.
An eyebrow.
The
There's
surprise
so
that-
many curves
Yeah.
when you start to think about it.
Yeah, you should look out for them.
Yes, there's a lot of curves in the world, guys.
We might have seen a performance that looked like this stock footage.
River Elbe.
It took me a second to hear what he just said then.
Birmingham's already, you could argue, too big.
Shall we move on then? Thank you for this.
No.
It looks fucking cold as hell.
Clyde Labscouser.
Okay, yes, of course.
Hamburg's long
Labscouse corned beef mashed with potato and beetroot. That sounds absolutely horrible. So you whack some pickles on there. I don't know what roll mop is. Oh, and more beetroot. That's the one thing in there that I didn't like. That's why it's red as well.
The softest of the savoury foods is probably the egg yolk, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, Liverpool has its own version, lobscouse, hence scouser. Okay. It's interesting that there's just a fried egg sunny side up just plopped on top of the corned beef.
All the hard foods.
You've heard the original Bowie demo?
I haven't, have you?
It is good. Oh, the hard foods.
I love watching these two interact. I do find it interesting that they just whack these little travel tags with some details on there. Inaugurated 1897. 647 rooms. Cool.
got their chops tight in Hamburg's clubs.
Wow, they love it over there.
There's no place in the world where the Beatles played more than here in Hamburg.
Will they have gone to Hooters?
No.
Holy shit. That's a... I mean, I'm sure John and George would have gone there. Yeah, that's a very good point. They toured a lot, but they didn't really stay playing in the same place. I guess even when they were like recording like the White Album and stuff, they were still traveling around.
It would be mainly paf music.
Before that.
Before the Beatles.
Yes.
Let no man stop Stephanie from talking Beatles on this tour.
Ah, Stephanie, I want to hang out with you.
Okay.
Because this used to be a strip club.
How long do you play for a stripper? I don't know.
I suppose.
Good question.
We're very much, breakfast-wise, a porridge band.
You're doing it like Christopher Walken.
Before burning down in the 1980s.
Was it an arson attack?
No, we're
Look
not
at Perry Mason over here.
Mortimer is going to fucking solve the mystery of who burned down this club 40 years ago.
At the Kaiserkeller.
This was the second club they played.
Yeah, the Kaiserkeller, I remember that name.
Because here they met Ringo Starr.
Wow! Ringo!
The audience here was rockers, sailors, and
Ringo was drummer for Rory Storm and the Hurricanes. Yep. No, it's Rory Storm and his Hurricane.
jump around and develop a great live show here.
But the show we Mac is too harrowing to show in its entirety, forcing the editorial department to slip into time-lapse.
I found that very interesting.
So we head for a homely cocktail lounge called the Drip Bar.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
It's up and down.
Fancy alcohol does make me nervous. Especially fancy beer.
These for up to 3 days.
Yeah, what the fuck? Chipotle?
Pre-dripped, as it were.
Exactly, we
So you have all...
Okay, so it's spirit. Spirit's infused with natural flavorings and oxygen for a smoother, more intense taste. Okay. Thanks.
Walter coyly mingles rum drip cucumber with lime, elderflower liqueur, coconut, pineapple, and soda.
It's so refreshing, baby.
I plump
Is that a polite way of saying it tasted like shit?
for rum infused with Earl Grey, lime, and ginger.
Rum infused with Earl Grey, lime, and ginger. I mean, that sounds a bit more appealing.
I remember seeing Sonic Youth at the London Forum, and that was seated, and the man behind me was smoking a pipe, and I thought, finally, if this is what the geek experience is going to be, I'm on board.
Salty peanut. Oh, that sounds kind of interesting. Mayribi gin and tonic. Okay. I don't know what Mayribi means, but at this point, I'm liking Richard's palate a lot more than Mortimer's.
I really like it. I feel that I could have had a similar effect from just having a bag of nuts and drinking at the same time.
Salty nuts!
Really?
But someone's bothered to do this.
Should we go to a club afterwards?
I thought you were going to say a nail bar. What a way to end day one.
You've liked your peanut, haven't you?
Frickin' have.
That peanut one sounds good.
Chestnuts. I win. You had no comeback.
We prepare ourselves
It's not the last time Bob will be in that situation.
Since 1664, there's been a law in Hamburg that you may not insult.
Cared for by the Swan Father, an official post since 17th century. Whoa, really? There's a Swan Father?
4,400 men laboured for 4 years to create this.
Fucking hell.
And I think people come here now just for the air quality. The video of One Always Hardcore by the band Scooter.
Wow, that was here.
I don't think I caught that one.
To the German Additive Museum, please.
Are there any of the E numbers that have been struck off?
E128.
Yes.
You used it usually in Great Britain, the morning sausage. It's traditional
Morning sausage.
breakfast.
Yeah.
It's a very good colour for
So
this.
this is fragrances, right?
Terrified that my secret morning sausage ring is about to be bust wide open,
The fuck is this place?
bitter flavours, using a pill that turns sour into sweet.
So
Oh, right, it's all this kind of stuff.
Oh, that's tart.
Tart's a word.
maybe it's the old.
This is too old.
I'm not sure.
What, it didn't work?
I put 1 drop of that into my tongue.
It'd be like 1,000 bananas.
1,000. I assume it's.
What? Oh, God.
Oh, wow. It ages well. Do you have any meat? Oh, is that crab?
Don't try crab.
The crab is old.
God, don't have seafood.
2014.
Will it be okay?
It's only been off 5 years, Bob.
Why is this guy only giving them out-of-date shit? Cough it up.
He'd never coughed a day in his life before he started working here.
I've seen a couple of you. That's okay.
Best €7 I've ever spent.
That is... So wait, it was a museum? Just a museum of food additives of some kind? That is... that would be a very interesting place to go, but I don't know if I want to go. Especially if they're just going to give you out-of-date shit.
This is the best place to come for Fischbrötchen,
Hello.
Okay.
Hamburg's favourite sandwich.
Oh, damn.
This is glamorous, isn't it? It's like a triangle reboot.
But with more plot.
Take a bite of Bismarck.
Oh, God, what a kind of, I guess this is a bit of a foreign concept to me, but the idea of getting on a boat to have lunch. Like just buying lunch on a plate and then going onto a boat where there's a table that you can sit down and have a proper meal. Interesting. I know people in the comments are probably like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But this is a different concept for me, right?
I thought that's cheap, but I can really taste the savings, actually.
Really?
Building over there, Bob.
Yep.
That marks the official...
Bob's loving his sandwich. He is destroying it.
The weather here is terrible.
Is it? It's hard to imagine when you're here on a day like this,
It's
isn't
a beautiful day.
And seeing the official Hamburg dock office. I never thought that would happen.
Not in my...
I do hate the fact Bob is putting his sandwich on the table. Please don't eat the rest of that sandwich.
And I'll never see Hamburg's dock office.
No.
You just live your life believing that, you know? So many windows
And so little time.
to look through each individual one.
If you had the time, would you?
Do the lot.
Yeah, I bet he would. That's a weird Bob Mortimer kind of thing to do.
Someone from the Anti-Citrus League, I think they were a thing.
But the attacks sent her into madness.
Why is her finger gold?
And people are rubbing that finger
Yeah.
for good luck.
Oh,
One day, you'll be cast in bronze like this.
that's very sweet.
We bounce to the beach.
Who needs Miami, Bob?
When you've got this beach by a river.
Look at that. What a beautiful
You go to
vista.
that beach on that day. What? Come on. That's the view from this quote-unquote beach. It's a fucking shipping yard.
That's probably the longest walk I've had in about 4 years. So I thank you for that. And the taste of the herring sandwich on the ferry.
Oh,
They're things that will linger with me long after I expire.
All right.
I would never have come to Hamburg without your invite.
that's got a bittersweet sound at the moment.
It's faint praise, isn't
It
it?
is.
All right, so that was a pretty it was a pretty low-key kind of show. Like, it wasn't like pies and faces and slapstick comedy and stuff like that, or intense roasting or anything along those lines. But I enjoyed it. I just enjoy seeing these two together. After seeing them on Last One Laughing I started to realize exactly how much they really have in common from like a comedic standpoint. They went and did some pretty wild shit. What was that place that they were going to get the taste things? I don't know what that museum was, but that's a very interesting place. And again, I don't know why all they got was out-of-date shit. The Beatles tour looked very interesting. Just hearing like a thimble of information on this, I already learned a whole bunch of stuff. Early Beatles was never really my thing. I like their like drug phase more than their sober phase. No offense to the chef who made that corned beef, but I would be like, can I have Vegemite on toast, please? And the cocktails look very interesting as well. That salted peanut, I kind of want to try that, but if it's salted, there must be some kind of like salted liquid in there, like I don't know if soy sauce is possible. I don't know if that has another flavor other than salt, or if soy sauce is just straight up salt, or Worcestershire sauce maybe. I don't know. I'm not keen on shots with that stuff in it, but it sounded very interesting. It makes me want to go and try cocktails. And I did enjoy the fact that Richard did not like his sandwich that he got to go and eat on the boat. Meanwhile, Mortimer was just hoofing down that herring. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what episodes of Traveling Man I should have a look at, because yeah, I enjoy Richard Ayoade, especially after seeing him on Last One Laughing. I'm starting to really warm to him, and you might see some more content starring Richard Ayoade on the channel in the future. Don't forget to subscribe, patreon.com/FWCI if you want full length and early access. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends, ta-ta, and farewell.